Hey everybody, we're going to walk through creating a site. The first thing you want to do is make sure you go to sites.google.com and make sure that you're logged in with your BPS email or Gmail account, whatever you want to call it. You can see mine over there on the corner. And then the next thing you want to do is click on the plus sign. At this point, you can start making some of your own decisions in terms of what you want to name your site, what style you want to use. But for the ePortfolio, we're all going to name it BPSOM ePortfolio. You can see the name over here. And then you're going to be required to have a certain number of pages. So I'm looking here at the checklist. The first one that you're going to need is a tab called BPSOM Rubric Based Reflections. So over here on my ePortfolio, I'm going to call that BPSOM Rubric Based Reflections. You're welcome to change sizes or anything that you would like to change. And then here where it says text box, I'm going to use this text box to insert the links to the reflections that I already wrote. So as an example, I know this isn't a reflection, but just so you can see how to put in the link, I'm going to go to the link that I want to create, which is this link. I just copied it using my keyboard shortcut for Control-C. You can also do that by right-clicking. And then I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to actually paste that link. Again, I could either right-click or I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut. And to make my portfolio look nice, I'm actually going to click here and I'm going to edit that link so that the text says Rubric Based Reflection Session 1 Successful Classrooms. And then I'm going to click Apply. Then I will have the link to that document. I am using a fake document, so just keep that in mind. And then another really important piece is the sharing. You want to make sure that it's either anyone with the link or anyone at Boston Public Schools, or if you're uncomfortable with either of those settings, you can set it to be shared with your mentor, but you just have to keep in mind that other participants in your group might want to see it and then they won't have access. But if you're uncomfortable with it, that is definitely one of the options. So I would continue doing this. So you could just hit return on your keyboard, maybe a couple of times to make things look nice. Again, we're going to pretend that this is the document link that I'm copying. I'm using Control-C again, coming over here to my page. I'm posting that link. Again, I'm changing that to, let's call it Rubric Based Reflection Session 1. I forgot what the other topic is, so I'm just going to call it topic for right now. And then I would continue to do that until I had, as you can see on the checklist, until I had the 5 reflections, 2 from session 1, 2 from session 2, and 1 from the session that we're in currently. The second tab that I would create is the Artifacts tab. So I'm going to go back over here to my page and I'm going to click on Pages. And when I click on Pages, I'm going to use the page sign, the plus sign. and I'm going to add a new page, and I'm going to call that Artifacts. And on my Artifacts page, I'm going to do the exact same thing as I did. So for my Artifacts page, I am going to go to the artifacts that I have created. So let me grab one of those templates. So you should have a template that's filled out that looks something, for example, something like this, except it should have information inside it. I'm going to go to the text box. I'm going to, again, put that link and use the pencil, and I am going to artifact. I'm going to say standard C.2.1, which I believe is respects differences. Click apply. Again, hit return a couple of times. Whatever you think looks most attractive. You can even put these in the middle. You can move things around. It's up to you, however you think would look nice. I'm going to include on that page my 5 required artifacts. You can use the artifacts that we've been creating throughout this project during the other sessions, or if you want to, you could use different artifacts as long as you're able to clarify the rationale and make sure that you've organized them with the standards. When you're actually looking at the Boston Public Schools EDFS evaluation system, there are tags that you can use to check mark each of your different categories, so you could use that option if you wanted to. You can't use the checking off, but you could use artifacts that might apply to more than one standard. And then the third page that you're required to have, so again, over here on the Google Sites, I'm going to go to Pages, I'm going to go to the plus sign, I'm going to call this Session Reflections, and for this one, again, I'm going to go to Insert, I'm going to choose Text Box, and here I am going to list my session. So for example, I have a Session 1 reflection, which is the reflection that you completed at the end of session 1. It was one of the last 5 assignments for session 1, and I'm going to put the link in for that. Again, you really want to make sure that for each of these you have included making sure that you've changed the settings so that the settings are either anyone on the web or anyone at Boston Public Schools, or just your mentor if you're uncomfortable with sharing with the whole group. And then once you are finished, you're going to be able to click on the word Publish. Currently, anyone at Boston Public Schools can see mine, so that's good. Or if you want to change it to anyone can find and see it, that would be fine too. And then you're going to click Save, and then you're going to click Done, and then you are going to click Publish. And now you will have an opportunity to preview what your site might be like. You can actually preview it even before. And then this is the link that you need to submit to your mentor. So again, you're going to do that Control-C. And for that assignment, you're just going to paste that link. You can, if you'd like to, add comments about it. But it's really that simple. And then if you feel like you're wanting to make some of the changes, I would recommend that you look at some of the different themes. You can really have a good time kind of picking out something that you think looks visually appealing while you're going through and getting your work done. Thank you.